let's get going. We're gonna start lying down, and we will have this part, the lumbar spine, supported by a little bit of height. So we'll position ourselves so that from the waistline down, we're on the blanket, and from the waistline up, we are off of the blanket. Let's go ahead and bring both legs up, stretch those toes out wide, bring the arms out behind you, and then take the arms out to the sides with the palms facing down. Locate your right leg, bring it forward, cross it over the left. And now what I invite you to do is, as you continue to send that lumbar spine and spread it down onto the blanket or the ground, that you take your hands to the outsides just below the knees and move your shins away from one another as to encourage the inner groin all the way up to the area of the knees to come together as one. So really work that, squeezing those thighs together. This is a wonderful way to bring circulation into the body from the midline. From here, then move your feet towards one another. Those of you who have Garudasana in your practice, you can even go ahead and hook that other foot over like this. Or this is just a wonderful way to do it. So it's the feet are moving towards one another, and you may notice right away that this activates the outer glutes, right? The navel is drawing down. The lumbar is spreading. The whole area is spreading. And you will continue to do that as you create a little tug of war of pushing those legs away from one another. Even though they're nicely hooked here, you want to push them away from one another. So the palms down is a wonderful way to keep that stability. But just really be aware of the back body and how your spine is settling into the ground with all this activity through the outer hips. And of course, through the core as well, you will feel that. Navel is drawing down into the spine. Keep working those legs, so it should really be like shaking by now. Yeah, it's been a little moment that we've been there now. Take another deep breath in, find length through the spine. And on the out breath, stretch it out a little bit further, 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 further. And now go ahead and scoot both hips to the right and draw both knees to the left. Bringing the left arm up. Notice how the left arm coming up, and just really envision your wrist being lifted up from above. Yeah, and just notice how that in of itself allows you to drop the right shoulder more, and so that you can bring that right hip up. So the right hip and the right shoulder moving away from one another. Breathe. So creating space in the area between the lumbar and the thoracic spine. And then let's take the right arm and nestle it under the left. So now you have perhaps Garudasana legs and arms in this funny little shape here. Stretch your elbows forward a bit to encourage the shoulder blades to move away from one another. Breathe. And now, with this nice hook that you have from the elbows to the wrists, and the hands don't have to come all the way around. It could just be like how you did with the legs, just like so. But from this nice little hook, go ahead and move lengthen through the collarbones. Continue to move those shoulders away from one another. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. So really do this work here, because the neck feels a tremendous strain from our activities on the computer and otherwise with all of our devices, placing the head just forward from where it needs to be, right? And that puts a lot of strain on the neck. So here's a way to liberate that. And then go ahead and roll to the side, to the left side. Bring yourselves up to a seated position. And before we go into the other side, let's focus on that knee joint of the right leg and the elbow joint of the left arm. So here you can use this free hand to support the leg here, if you like, to give yourself a little bit more height. You can support your spine by bringing it back like so, yeah? Or you can support the elbow to make sure that it stays nice and close to you. Whichever one you choose, do your best to lengthen from the spine, even though there's a natural curvature taking place here, and then just bend and extend. And surely you can move quickly or slowly. What's of value here is that you are moving in a mindful way, right? So you are giving these joints some care, some love right now. And so just being aware that the quadricep muscles are working, and this is wonderful because the stronger those quadricep muscles are, the more they will support your knee joints. Your tricep muscles are working. Same story there. So you do this pretty much until it feels like you've done enough. And then that's it. And then you bring yourself back down. But on a regular basis, you can say, oh, I can do 10, 20, 30, right? And build in that way. So now we're going to tackle that variation of Garudasana on the other side. So again, from the waistline down, you have the support of the blanket. Bring your legs up. Stretch your arms back at first and just really stretch everything out. All the fingers, all the toes, just lengthen. And as you do, continue to broaden around the area of the sacrum. So to the right of the sacrum, broaden into the mat. To the left of the sacrum, broaden into the mat. Allow the abdomen and even the front ribs to drop down, down. And now you're going to bring the arms out to the sides. Locate your left leg this time. Bring it forward of the right and then cross the legs over like you did before. Take your hands just below the knees and just really squeeze those knees together. I mean those inner groins all the way up to the knees. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Like let those legs become one. Inseparable. Squeeze. And as you continue to squeeze, draw the navel into the spine. Into the spine. Stretching out the toes. And then go ahead and bring the feet towards one another. Towards one another. Maybe hook. It's up to you. In any case, the inner groins are still drawing towards one another. You have this nice hook of the legs, and now your job is to pull the outer hips away from one another while continuing to drive the navel down, while continuing to spread through the area of the sacrum. Drop the shoulders, release the neck, breathe. You may test yourself out, lower the legs a little bit further towards the end of the mat. And then if you notice that begins to arch through the lumbar, come on back. But squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those legs with all of your might. Pull them away from one another. Keep going. And breathing. Keep working those legs. Strong muscles will support your joints, so there's definitely an incentive here. Work those legs, work those legs, work those legs. Take a nice deep breath in, lengthen the spine. And on the exhale, push those legs out, away, even more, even more, even more. And then let's shift both hips to the left and draw the knees to the right. And now here, let's bring the right arm up. So again, as if someone's taking you up from the wrist. And as you lift that right arm up, you feel that left shoulder being able to drop a little bit further, creating more space between the shoulder and the hip. And then as you feel ready, let's go ahead and take the left arm behind the right. Cross those arms, maybe the hands come all the way around, maybe not, maybe just like so. But with the elbows and the upper forearms nicely hooked, use that to create a little bit more length through the back of your shoulders. Breathe into that area. So as the elbows are hooked together, the scapular muscles are moving away from one another. Away. And you continue to lift that left hip up. You continue to lengthen the spine on the in-breath. And when you know you've had enough, go ahead and release. Turn to the right and bring yourselves up to a seated position. So now we'll work the left knee and the right elbow. So here again, you can have that free hand, your left hand this time, right under the leg to support you there. You can have it back behind you to support through the spine. You can have it along the area of the tricep to make sure that the elbow doesn't drift too far. And then you go. So if you can create a little resistance on your way in and on your way out, that's wonderful. Yeah, as if you're lifting some weights with your hand and maybe you had some ankle weight around your left ankle. Notice that the elbow may want to travel as you go. On this side for me definitely has that tendency. So just keep an eye on that. That's why I just naturally use my hand here for that support. Yeah? And it's perfectly fine to move faster as long as you're maintaining your awareness in what you're doing. Feel those muscles, it's a good feeling. Joints are always happy with supportive muscles. And when you feel you've had enough, you probably have. So go ahead and bring yourselves back down. Same place. Waistline down with the support of the blanket. Bring both legs up. Let's locate the right leg again and let's cross that right leg over. All the way or something like this. Let's locate the left arm and let that be on top since the right leg is on top. So that's your Garudasana full shape in a supine position. And then from here, take a nice deep breath in, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, push away, push away, push away. Push those outer hips away from one another. Breathe in, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, continue to work the hips, but also the shoulders. Push those shoulders away from one another. Inhale, lengthen. And now, legs and arms, push them away from one another. So that the arms are actually moving towards the head as well, and the feet are actually moving towards the end of the mat. As long as the lumbar stays nice and stable on the ground. And when you feel you've had enough, stretch it out, open, and let's switch sides. So this time, left leg in front, and right arm in front. Cross, again, you can cross the foot all the way over, or just leave it like so. Same with the hand, cross all the way over, or leave it like so. Take a nice deep breath in, and now as you exhale, push out through those legs, through those outer hips, push out. Nice deep breath in, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, push out through the shoulders, push out. Take a nice deep breath in. This time, push the feet towards the end of the mat and the hands up over the head, making sure that you're still lengthening through the lumbar. Keep going. Take a nice deep breath in. And then draw the elbows and knees towards one another again. but still move the legs and the arms away from each other. And when you're done with that, just throw a little temper tantrum, I meant to say. Just and let everything go. Wiggle those joints. Yeah, so this is a wonderful way to get circulation going, yeah? And maybe you can prevent the actual temper tantrum by just acting it out and getting it out of your system. And then from here, just let everything go. Drop your feet down. Feel the earth. Breathe. And just notice the effects of all that circulation. My goodness, if you have the privilege of a few more minutes to just be here a bit longer, receiving that, how tremendous. If you have the privilege of another 10 minutes or so, you could do the whole sequence one more time, either from memory or just pressing the replay. In either case, I'm glad we got to have this chance to do this work together. It's always a privilege. Namaste.